Welcome to the Mystical Truths Podcast. This is Rebecca, and I'm really glad you're here. Let's unlock your world. Is it logical to believe that there's a creator? Recently, I posted on my Mystical Truths Facebook page a short talk between young Sheldon Cooper and his mother. And he says to her, "Did you know that if gravity were slightly more powerful, the universe would collapse into a ball?" And she said, "I did not." Also, if gravity were slightly less powerful, the universe would fly apart. She said, "Where are you going with this, Sheldon?" It's just that gravity is precisely as strong as it needs to be. And if the ratio of the electromagnetic force to the strong force wasn't 1%, life wouldn't exist. What are the odds that would happen all by itself? And she said, "Why are you trying to convince me to believe in God? You don't believe in God." And he said, "I don't. But the precision of the universe at least makes it logical to conclude there's a creator." And I thought, so they both believe that there must be a creative intelligence to everything that we know. Maybe they interpret it differently, but there is still that core belief. And honestly, I think, if anyone believes there is not, they're just not paying attention. Not really. So here's what gets me there. When I think about all of the things that are happening simultaneously in the dirt, in the air, in our bodies, in the entire planet, the galaxy, all the galaxies, there's so much happening microscopically and macroscopically, which means the stuff we can't see and the stuff we can see, that it's mind-boggling. I mean, just what's happening with your own skin right now is a lot. And this has been happening. It continues to be created. And you are a part of that creative intelligence. You're not an observer of it. You're part of it. In a limited plane right now, or in a limited piece of who you really are right now. But you're still a part of it. And that intelligence is way ahead of the human race by far. Humans over thousands of years have been expanding their understanding of all of this. And we still have a ways to go. But we're understanding more. We're grasping more. We're ready for more. An example is when Jesus was on the planet, the people that he interacted with in a healing sense believed that he healed them. And some people since have believed that he healed them. And even he said and knew he was not healing them. He was seeing their wellness so clearly, and only their wellness, so clearly that they too could see it. And that's where healing happens. So today we know more about what he and others since and before did and do. We understand more about how that really works. There is logic behind it. There is science behind it. We also know that when we see and feel our wellness, it becomes our reality. Because honestly, it isn't really powerful to think that somebody else can heal you, that somebody else can do that for you or to you. Isn't it more empowering and more good feeling, which means there's truth in it, that we do that? We can allow our bodies to heal because our bodies know how to do it. So why do we even care if there's a creator? I mean, does it really matter if there's an intelligence behind this, or a creator or a creation behind everything that we know? Yeah, it really does matter. If you want to feel good, if you want to have a good life for yourself, if you want to not get lost and all crazed out by all the contrast here. Because when you really get that there is an intelligence that is creating and managing and maintaining, synchronizing all that we know and all that we don't know, then it's only logical that that same intelligence is attentive to you too. You're never without its awareness. It's always streaming love and guidance to you, and you're either receiving it or not. And I think we're all receiving it to some extent, or we'd all be banging into each other regularly, and things that we are doing would be banging into each other. So we're all getting it to some extent. So do you always need to be looking for it? No. Because if you're trying to look for it, if you're trying to find it, you're trying to get it, you're in the way of it. There's not ease in that. You just need to feel good on purpose as often as you can and be aware. And when you are, you're seeing your life and this life through the eyes of Source. You know, it reminds me of years ago, I was doing some energy work for a group of people. It was a really ideal weather day, gorgeous home. It had this beautiful indoor waterfall. And I was in this very cozy, pretty room. And it had these sheer curtains that were just lightly flowing with the breeze. And it was just this beautiful environment with these wonderful people that were so friendly, and it was just good interactions. And then I'm in the healing energy and in the higher vibration of energy in that environment with those people. And when I left, I'm driving home, and I'm just having a nice drive home, and I stopped at a grocery store, and I didn't realize how high I was flying, truly, until I stepped out of my vehicle. And I thought, wow, everything looked more beautiful than I'd ever seen it. I was looking at people and just adoring them. I was looking around and thinking, what is, and I looked up at the sky and I thought, I've never seen the sky like that before. The colors of everything were more vibrant. And I thought, it's all of this high energy that I've been in for hours now. And so I'm literally seeing this planet right now through the eyes of Source. In other words, I'm seeing it as they are seeing it, or as creation, as the Creator is seeing it. At least as far as we can in this human condition, or as far as I could in that moment. And so it was a really awesome experience. Have you ever had a moment when you were just loving something or someone, or you were just seeing them in just that pure love? It's easy to do with children and with pets or any animals, really, for the most part. But you've had to have had some moments here or there where you were just adoring something or someone, or just appreciating fully. That's seeing this life through the view, through the perception of that creative energy. Do you ever have a thought like, there's so much potential in this day that I'm about to go through? There's a lot of potential in this day. There's a lot of good stuff that's in this day. You know, when you think thoughts like that, you're going to see some of that. You're curious now. I would love to see this day through the eyes of Source, which means I'd like to see it similarly. I would love to see it in as close a way as I can to how all of creation is seeing this day, this person, this event, me. Because when you're seeing life as or similar to the way Source is seeing it, you don't have to try to get guidance. You don't have to try to connect with the other side. You don't have to wonder if things are working out for you. Because in that, the guidance is just there. Just like the birds when they know just to start flying south. In that, you're back in conversation with the other side. You can get hints of it at the very least. And in that, you know, and you start to see how things are really working out for you. So try it. Before you decide that you or your life sucks, or this day is going to, or this moment is going to, before you go there, step back. Step back from all of it and look at it through that broader perspective. At least be curious about that creator, that source energy. How is that? How is all of those who are part of that viewing me? How are they viewing, or how is it viewing the stuff of your life? Because I guarantee you, it's not through lack, negativity, including any failure or powerlessness or sadness or hopelessness. It's adoration. It's appreciation. It's an understanding that you're making your way through your day, your moment, your world. And that creative stuff, that creative intelligence is right there with you, enjoying the experience whether you are or not. So if you are seeing that broader perspective, at least to some extent, you feel good. That's how you know you're in alignment there. And when it doesn't feel good, you know it doesn't feel good because there's a big difference between your interpretation and that of source energy or God or the creator. So get curious about that creative source of all energy and feel your oneness with it as best you can. I think we get that from curiosity. You know, we can get there by just wondering, am I one with this? Is this energy paying any attention to me? So just a thought I had on the whole idea of a creator. And I want to shout out and thank Cheryl because I was thinking about this topic and our session today really made up my mind that I did want to talk about this now. So as all of you go forward with the unique life that you're creating, know that the source of all of it, all of everything that is real, is attentive, and is right there with you, right there where you're at, even if you don't feel it. So chill a little and feel it. It's your nature. That's it. I wish you all the best. You can find me at mysticaltruths.com.